for justice for a rape victim, a civil servant should be able to get hold of public emotions and should be able to pacify them with her words. For example, Aligarh SSP Akash Kulahari walked unarmed into the crowd of protesters and appealed to students to remain peaceful while recognizing their right to protest. Difference between EQ and IQ. Emotional quotient, EQ, is a measure of one's emotional intelligence, i.e. a measurement of one's ability to monitor her emotions, to cope with pressures and demands, and to control his or her thoughts and actions. Emotional quotient, EQ, intelligence quotient, IQ, measure of a person's emotional intelligence. Score derived from one of several standardized tests designed to assess an individual's intelligence. Refers to a person's ability to perceive, control, evaluate and express emotions. Refers to an individual's abilities such as visual and spatial processing, knowledge of the world, working memory etc. A high EQ means someone is self-confident, self-aware and able to handle difficult emotional experiences. A person with high IQ may be able to learn certain subjects very quickly and make connections between ideas that others miss. Example, it will help in developing consensus around any government policy. Example, it will help to understand the policy and requirements. 77. PRAHAAR redefined 3.0 Ethics. Thus, IQ can be imagined as an engine that can power a vehicle, but EQ will act as the steering of that vehicle, which will give direction to IQ. Therefore, IQ alone is not enough for success. It can only get a person into a job, but to be successful in the job, that person needs to cooperate and collaborate with others, where EQ plays an important role. Importance of emotional intelligence. Importance of AE in personal life conflict resolution. Emotionally intelligent people can handle difficult individuals, groups of people, or tense situations with diplomacy. AE helps us to handle, fight, or flight situations and find collaborative solutions. Mental health, it helps us to manage our emotions, which means that we can manage our stress. This keeps us protected against depression and anxiety. Also, emotionally intelligent people can handle pressure with ease. Decision making. Researchers agree that the key to good decision is the combination of both thinking and feeling in one's decisions. Positive mood and emotions help in better decision making. Optimism, it helps to control our negative emotions and provide a proper perspective of hope and possibility. Personal growth, it has been found through research that emotionally intelligent people achieve better results in personal and professional life. They are flexible enough to accept positive changes in their life. Motivation, individuals with high emotional intelligence are highly motivated and they can easily adapt to the work environment and navigate through occasional failures. Differentiate between needs and wants. An emotionally intelligent mind is able to differentiate between things that they need and things they want. Importance of AE in civil serviceadministration role clarity. Self-awareness about oneself reduces role ambiguity and intrapersonal conflicts by enabling individuals to have clarity regarding their personal and professional goals. For example, an emotionally intelligent civil servant would keep public interest above her personal interest and is less likely to be involved in corruption. For change, an emotionally intelligent person is more likely to try new things, take risks and face new challenges without fear. This will help in finding innovative solutions to different problems. For decision making, AE helps in recognizing such emotions that are unrelated to any specific problem and not allowing them to impact the final result. For better communication, an emotionally intelligent civil servant will be able to communicate policies better. Also, the person will be able to foster a healthy relationship with subordinates. For maintaining balance in life, E helps a civil servant in managing her personal life as well as professional life. Stress management, E enables one to manage emotions in anxiety-provoking situations and thus helps one in maintaining one's physical and mental well-being. Self-regulation, civil servants that are emotionally intelligent would regulate themselves and rarely verbally attack others, make rushed or emotional decisions, stereotype people, or compromise their values. For example, because of self-regulation a civil servant would have low greed and therefore low corruption, such as Ashok Khemka. Objectivity and impartiality, these are foundational values of civil services and emotional intelligence would inculcate these values in a civil servant along with making her apolitical in the time of politicization of bureaucracy. 78 PRAHAAR redefined 3.0 Ethics. For example, an emotionally intelligent civil servant would ensure that her religion, caste, race, political affiliation etc. does not influence her decision making. Motivation, A helps a person in comprehending emotions of others, thus an emotionally intelligent civil servant can motivate himself, herself and also her subordinates towards a particular goal. For example, Prashant Nair, District Collector of Kozhikode started Compassionate Kozhikode, a volunteer-driven project to provide various public services. Better targeting of policies, empathy is essential to know emotions, moods and drives lifestyle, culture, problems, inabilities of people at whom public policy is being targeted. For example, Armstrong Palm understood the need of the people and enabled construction of 100 kilometers People's Road in a historically unconnected region using social donations and resources collected. For example, policies for differently abled persons, women, transgender persons etc. Social skills of an emotionally intelligent civil servant enables her to improve interpersonal and intergroup relationships by facilitating better communication within the organization and between the individuals, improves level of cooperation, trustworthiness and commitment. For example, a civil servant high on emotional intelligence will be able to solve difficult issues such as IAS officer Op Chaudhary solved the problem of lack of availability of skilled labor with the education initiative, Chulo Asman. Thus, E plays an important role in effective handling of diverse challenges that civil servants face. Daniel Goleman has even said, 80% of success at work depends on AE, while only 20% depends on IQ. Qualities of an emotionally intelligent person. A person with high AE has higher integrity. A highly emotionally intelligent person would be aware of her inner self and the surrounding environment. Therefore, there would be lesser mismatch and higher consistency in behavior. Reduced stress level. Emotionally intelligent persons are able to better manage their emotions and therefore, hold themselves in distress and emotionally challenged situations. Improved communication. Emotionally intelligent people are more confident and positive because of self-awareness and self-regulation and are able to better communicate and connect with others because of their social skills. Respect from and for others. Emotionally intelligent people are able to make a favorable rapport among others because of tactfulness, sensitivity, cooperativeness and good listening qualities. Empathetic. Emotionally intelligent people are also empathetic, because understanding others' emotions and their perspective is also essential for emotional intelligence. Responsibility. Emotionally intelligent people act in a responsible manner because of empathy and social skills. Dedication. Emotionally intelligent people are able to find motivation towards their task and therefore are dedicated towards their task. Creativity. Emotionally intelligent people are able to move their feelings to a space where they can help to come up with new ideas. Unyasi. PRAHAAR redefined 3.0. Ethics. Importance of A in civil SERVICESADMINISTRATION. Qualities of an emotionally intelligent administrator. An emotionally intelligent administrator possesses following qualities: high self-regard, good leaders know about their strengths and capitalize on those strengths, as well as know their weaknesses and try to fill those gaps. Example post-independence, Sardar Patel capitalized on his strengths for integration of princely states into India. Set an example, emotionally intelligent administrators set their targets and get them done. By doing this, they set examples for others. Example Pankaj Jain, the district collector of Katni in Madhya Pradesh could have sent his daughter to a high-profile play school but sent her to Anganwadi for play schooling. Inspire a shared vision. Emotionally intelligent leaders are able to establish a connection with the masses with their communication and social skills. Example former Prime Minister Mrs. Indira Gandhi gave the slogan, Garibi Hatao, Desh Bachao, and recently the current Prime Minister Mr. Modi has given the slogan, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. Stay composed under pressure. Good leaders do not flare up and lose control in difficult situations. Example President George W. Bush continued sitting with Florida school children even after being alerted about the 9/11 attack. By not outwardly reacting, he bought himself space to think and time to react. Maintain balance in life. An emotionally intelligent administrator is able to manage her own life well, including stress, home life, fitness and diet. Then she can manage her professional life better. Example former US President Barack Obama maintained a work-life balance, spent time with family, attended his daughter's parent-teacher conferences in school, etc. Encourage others. Emotionally intelligent administrators recognize the contributions of others. Rewarding people for their contribution goes a long way in motivating them to be part of the team. Example recently ACISF personnel, who stopped a Bollywood star, was rewarded for doing his duty. Leadership. Emotionally intelligent administrators know how to work with others, use resources wisely, support and credit their people and are able to lead from the front. Example IAS officer Bhupesh Chaudhary, Mizoram, utilized MGNREGA, Mission for Integrated Development of Horticulture and formed SHGS and cooperatives of farmers to increase the income of chili growing farmers by 14 times. Selflessness. Because of empathy and social skills, emotionally intelligent administrators are able to understand the problems of others and show selflessness. Example IAS officer, Nikunja Dhal serving as Secretary of Health and Family Welfare Department, Odisha resumed work merely 24 hours after his father's death amid COVID-19 pandemic. Adaptability. Emotionally intelligent administrators, because of their calmness, control over emotions etc., are able to adapt to different and even challenging situations. Example IAS officer Smita Sabharwal adapted to the financial crunch and launched a campaign, Fund Your City, appealing to residents to help her build the infrastructure of Naxal-affected areas. Psychological well-being. Emotional intelligence is positively correlated with higher life satisfaction, self-esteem and lower levels of insecurity or depression. Challenges in the development of AE in administration. Although emotional intelligence is an important aspect of administration, but there have been instances which show that there is lack of emotional intelligence in the administrators. For example, Surajpur, Chhattisgarh, District Collector Ranbir Sharma had slapped a boy who was outdoor during lockdown, instances of corruption, nepotism etc. Following other hindrance to the development of AI in the administration. Work pressure. There is excessive work pressure on the bureaucracy which leads to development of do whatever it takes approach. As C. PRAHAAR redefined 3.0 ethics. Example, an army jawan was recently thrashed for not wearing a mask by Jharkhand police. Cultural gap. There is also a cultural gap between the bureaucracy and public, which reduces the empathy, understanding of the public among the bureaucracy and increases the communication gap between them. Example, issue of migrant workers during COVID-19 lockdown where police officers were mainly focused on implementation of lockdown. Use of technology. Technology is being increasingly used in the administration now. However, technology lacks emotions and becomes a hindrance in emotional intelligence. Example, a girl, Santoshi Kumari from Jharkhand died due to starvation because of denial of ration as the family's ration card was not linked with Aadhaar card. Excessive anonymity and hierarchy. Anonymity is considered the strength of the bureaucracy. However, excessive anonymity and hierarchy might sometimes lead to lack of motivation for taking up responsibility. Example, a government official can refuse to grant PDS benefits to a destitute, eligible but lacking required documents, by making an excuse over want of order from higher officials. Lack of training. Indian bureaucracy is largely trained on the technical part of the task but not on the emotional intelligence. Also, there is reluctance, red tapeism in changing the curriculum of training. Development of emotional intelligence. Development of emotional intelligence in personal life. Emotional intelligence, involves emotional skills such as empathy, self-control, accurate self-assessment, sensitivity to the need of the situations etc. which can be learnt and are result of evolution throughout our life based on how we face, observe and learn from our everyday experience. Practicing emotional self-control. By practicing emotional self-control, one can avoid decisions based on impulsive feelings and emotions and can control and restrain from negative actions. Example, while being angry, acting in a mature way by looking at the larger picture. Emotional expression. Emotional expression provides incentive for desired behavior from the recipient. Example, child-friendly procedures are incorporated in the POCSO Act for making a child comfortable with the investigation process. Self-evaluation. It helps one to know one's emotions and reactions to different situations. Example, analyzing an act of anger would increase the understanding of the emotion and reaction. Observation. By observing others, one can comprehend the feelings of others. Example, it can be comprehended that someone is troubled by something if she is sad. Improving communication. By improving expression through verbal and non-verbal cues, communication can be improved. Example, a mother holding a toy in hand and showing joyful expression would make the kid approach the toy. Analyzing the impact. By analyzing the impacts of one's actions over others, one can fine-tune the actions of self. Example, during COVID-19 first lockdown, people were encouraged to provide relief material to migrants traveling to their home. Openness. Being open to criticism increases patience, tolerance towards others, which increases social skills and helps in keeping calm under adverse situations. Example, Gandhiji was open to criticism and therefore remained calm even in difficult situations. Entertaining new ideas. Entertaining new ideas through literature and other sources increases the knowledge about the public or any other object, which adds to empathy, social skills etc. For example, IAS probationers are taken to Bharat Darshan to increase their understanding about the culture and various other aspects of the country. 81. PRAHAAR Redefined 3.0 Ethics. Development of A in Civil SERVANTSADMINISTRATORS. Improving social skills. Social skills can be improved by working on communication aspects and also by increasing the knowledge about the society in which the civil servant is working. For example, along with words, non-verbal expressions such as smile etc. would bring better response from the recipient. Sensitivity training through fieldwork, role-playing games, perspective taking etc. increases the empathy in the civil servant. For example, Rohini Bhajibkare, district collector of Salam district, who is a daughter of a marginal farmer, is known for people-centric governance. Channelization of emotions. It prevents the influence of the physical and mental environment of the civil servant on the decision making. For example, a civil servant showing too much enthusiasm, even with good intention, while awarding a contract might put herself on the radar of suspicion. Criticism of emotional intelligence. Manipulating others. A person who is very good at judging and manipulating others' emotions without integrity can hide real emotions and disguise others with expression of other sets of emotions. For example, people on social media platforms manipulate other people by exploiting their emotions such as distress, etc. Lack of communication. Excessive regulation of emotions along with lower social skills might lead to lack of communication with the recipient. For example, if a person A is not good in communication skills and does not show any emotion, such as smile, while meeting someone B, then that person B will have lesser interest in talking to person A. A has little predictive value. The studies conducted on A have shown that it adds little or nothing to the prediction of some common outcomes. Confusing skills with moral qualities. A is a desirable moral quality rather than a skill. A well-developed A is not only an instrumental tool for accomplishing goals but is a dark side as a weapon for manipulating others. Tolerance towards injustice. If a person has excessive control over emotions, then she can suppress her emotions that might be inclined towards justice. For example, a person can control her emotion of pity when she scolds a poor person asking for food. Lead to irrational decisions. Emotions are irrational. Emotions are unpredictable. Emotions are subjective. Emotions should never guide administrative actions. Bias. PRAHAAR Redefined 3.0 Ethics. High EQ, low EQ. Understand and sense others' motivations and inspire good work in them. Easily stressed and impact others with the effect of one's own overwhelm. Create safety for people to speak their mind, which avoids groupthink. Do not speak up or assert themselves, even in situations where it is required. Can sense potential and new opportunities effectively better than others. Get defensive and argue for points without listening to others. Resolve conflicts well and do not add to or escalate drama. Hold a grudge that is hard to shake and feel misunderstood by others. Role of A in public services. Emotional intelligence is the very marker that distinguishes routine management from outstanding leadership and the marker that distinguishes dead organizations from living organizations. It has significant role in public services, which are as, or effective communication. Emotionally intelligent people listen to other people and know how to communicate effectively. An emotionally intelligent civil servant manages to execute policies effectively through better communication with the public at large. Empathy and integrity takes precedence over personal biases when one is emotionally sorted out. O better coordination with subordinates. The quality of A makes a public servant more aware and compassionate. Ego, pride or other negative emotions fail to creep in such personalities. O better work culture. An emotionally intelligent civil servant brings more energy to the system, thus influencing the working attitude of each employee. O fosters leadership. Self-awareness is at the core of everything. It describes the ability to not only understand one's strengths and weaknesses, but to recognize emotions and the effect they have on oneself, public servant, and one's team performance. O management of disruptive emotions. A civil servant while working in a high-pressure environment often becomes subject to political pressure, life threats etc. Only a public servant who is emotionally intelligent would be able to handle such pressures without succumbing to anger, depression or compromise. Or help in negotiations. Emotionally intelligent people can negotiate and resolve disagreements. This characteristic is the heart of public service. Or build trust with people. Emotionally intelligent people listen to other people's emotions and can empathize with them. They act ethically and build trust through integrity and reliability. O 360-degree leadership. Public administrators with high levels of emotional intelligence. Leader builds